So Bob Kelly had an office at Mid-South Coliseum, and it was just a little, I'm gonna curse. It was a little shitbox office in one of those old coliseums. Just
Cursing is perfectly acceptable.
it was just a big old concrete box, and it was just there's nothing endearing about the Mid-South Coliseum, and so there was nothing endearing about Bob's office. So he had an office in the back, and right in front was his secretary, because that's what we had in those days, secretaries. And there was two chairs, one right across from her. And when I sat in the seat across from the secretary, there was just enough room for a human being to walk between my knees and the desk. So I was told to be there on Tuesday or Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I go. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm there. I'm like in the office at 9, not parking. Like I'm in the office at 9, and I sit and I sit and I sit and I sit. And the secretary goes to lunch and literally says nothing to me. She just gets up and leaves. An hour, she comes back, and I sit and I sit and I sit and I sit. So she goes home at 4:30, and I say, "Should I come back tomorrow?" And she said, "Do whatever you want." So the next day I came back, I bought a sack lunch and a book and an apple for her because I didn't know what else to do. So I sat there and I sat 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 and I sat. On the second day, Bob Kelly did walk by me, left for like 2 or 3 hours, and came back and walked by me. End of the day, I said, "I'll see you tomorrow." Bought a sack lunch, bought a snack for her, bought a couple of more books. And about 4 o'clock that afternoon, Bob Kelly calls me in his office and says, "So you're Miss Dunn's girl?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "How do you know her?" Told her how I knew her. "What does your daddy do?" Because again, this is the South. "What does your daddy do?" I told him what my dad did, and he goes, "If you want a job, be at the loading dock at 7 a.m. on Saturday." And I worked my first gig, and I worked for him all through college, all through high school, through the first couple of years of college, and that was my job interview.